A very good morning to all. Welcome. And myself, Manjusha Singh, and as Saptar mentioned, I've been working with imagery and remote sensing domain for past 15 years. And today I'll be talking on the, today is our sixth session and the last session for this webinar series. And I'll be talking on web solutions with imagery. So before we dive into the web integrations and everything, I would like to take a minute to actually understand how imagery can be this foundational source of information in almost any and every domain. So starting with the ecosystem, our forest and ecology, we have imagery that will help us to understand how our ecosystem has changed. For example, the forest fire that comes in, I mean, that is one of the major disasters that happen, can be, the extent of this forest fire can very easily be detected using our remote sensing technology, and the decision makers can then go on and take the precautionary steps. Similarly, in the urban front, in the urban sector, we can with the help of imagery, we can go ahead and use it for our green infrastructure monitoring and urban encroachment or prioritizing the properties assessment, etc. So all these can also be handled and can be worked with using the imagery as a source of information. Agriculture definitely is one of the major, is one of the main and the very dominant, where remote sensing has played a very key and vital role from not only for us in understanding how the crop health has grown, but to going on to crop classification, yield estimation, and so on and so forth. Apart from that, we have different domains such as water extent, etc., that can also be monitored. There are, using the AI deep learning models, we can basically extract the water bodies or the buildings or the other features that are available, and that can be of key importance to humans. So in a nutshell, I would say in almost every domain, imagery is one of the very key source of information that can help decision makers to understand and make better informed decision, right from the agriculture sector to urban sector to forest to water to forestry to a disaster, anything. So when we talk of all these all those applications, the imagery from these for these applications come from various sources. We know it comes from lidar, it comes from satellite, it comes from drones, it comes from various other source of sensors. And these all can be very well integrated and worked on with ArcGIS Pro. And there is not only just one type of satellite sensors that are available. There are different multidimensional data sets that are of key importance, such as our rainfall data, our sea surface temperature data, our thermal data that will help us in assessing whether an area has a drought, and work as an ancillary data for an agriculture sector. So all these data also needs to be catered to and need to be analyzed. Then the stereo imagery, the motion imagery that is from the FMVs, the direct video feeds that we get, those can also be integrated and used as the source of information. And all these can be used in the and presented to the decision maker for various key decisions using different type of apps, such as the operational apps such as dashboards, etc., or Excalibur, which is one of our search and discovery web application tool, and other configurable templates can also be made, and experience builders can be made to work on these and provide the very summarized analysis of what has gone into the backend. And this not only helps, there is also oriented imagery that can be worked with using the ArcGIS Pro and the other integrations. So imagery, when it comes to now, as we all know, is not just limited to a certain desktop or a certain server. We are now talking about clouds. We are now talking about data to be shared among everybody and almost anybody in the organization. So with this in mind, ArcGIS Enterprise comes with the deployments that are ArcGIS Pro for image analysts, which is majorly the curator, wherein you do all your analysis from all the contents that are coming in your imagery. You do your mapping, visualization, etc. For visualization, etc., we can again go on for various dashboards, like I've mentioned, and various applications. So with ArcGIS Image Analyst for ArcGIS Pro, this is the very basic that helps us to basically curate and do all our analysis. This can then be shared with the organizations using different platforms such as ArcGIS Image for ArcGIS Enterprise. The first one being that if an organization doesn't want to put a lot of effort and put a lot of infrastructure, cost and infrastructure, what they can do is they can host the imagery, they can perform analysis online, and they can create their own web applications to see those results or visualize those results. So herein there is no cost of infrastructure, just the some credits is used, which will allow you to host the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data on the web. Next being so this was ArcGIS Image for ArcGIS Online. The ArcGIS Image for ArcGIS Enterprise is nothing but if you have your own dedicated structure, infrastructure that is that you have deployed, and there you have basically deployed the image server. So this is sort of an intranet wherein anybody in the organization can use your flowcharts, your algorithms, or your images. So all these can be used and can be shared using within the organization. So, and last one being the ArcGIS Image Dedicated. So if you have your own cloud set up somewhere, what we can do is the ArcGIS Image Server can be deployed next to this this cloud system, and users can use this cloud repository for its image analysis and can work on it. So just to sum it up, ArcGIS Image Analyst for ArcGIS Pro would be your curator machine wherein all your analysis is done to be published. Image Server for ArcGIS Enterprise requires you to have your own infrastructure to work with and deploy. ArcGIS Image for ArcGIS Online is where you simply host your image on an it's a SaaS offering wherein you host your image, do your analysis, and visualize your results. And lastly, if you have your own cloud dedicated repository, the image server will help you to read from those repository and do the analysis for you. So the ArcGIS is imagery system is the comprehensive solution which allows you with four major key capabilities such as analysis, the raster analytics that takes for say supposing the change detection that happens, the various indices that takes place. There are various key analytics to be done for the multidimensional data set, and also there are various rasters for raster analytics for deep learning. So all these can be done using our ArcGIS image server. Then you have your automaker, etc., which will help you to make your auto-rectified images, etc. Then there is the capability of dynamically using the imagery for on the server side, wherein you can do the processing on the server side and get the results. So fundamentally, there are three types of image service that is being used. The first one being the tile cache, that is the static image which acts as your base map or only for the visualization. So this is majorly tile cache is at several levels of these are several level of cache. So from 0 to 23. So if you want to have a very better view of whatever you've published, that can be done using the different levels that you have created while publishing the tile cache image. The tiled image layer is nothing but a client-side processing service, which allows you to basically use the resources from the client and client desktop or client machine to work on. And similarly, the dynamic image service is the one that does the processing on the server side, or I can say on the fly. And there are different apps that help you to work with them. So without much. So as can be seen, I am logging into my portal. Okay. Yeah. So this is where my content, all the contents of whatever I have hosted will look like. But before going on to directly to the content, let us take a step back and see how the sharing in ArcGIS Pro looks like. So this is the share tab that helps you to basically uh, publish any web layer or any web map that is available. So if I want to simply share this the stiff file, I can go ahead and do it as a web layer. I need to give in the various parameters that are available. Either I need to copy, etc. And furthermore, there are different type of operations that I can go ahead and do. I can while publishing, I can go ahead and do the compressions that are that if I may need, or I can also use it as a tile cache layer, which I just talked about, and we can do for different levels from 0 to 22 for my tile caching. So this is how a imagery layer can be published as a tile or as a simple imagery layer. Secondly, if I want to publish a simple elevation layer, that can also be done by simply publishing it from my 3D layer view. So here I can go ahead and use the different type of tiling scheme to publish my elevation or my DEM as a elevation layer. So once I have published all the layers that are available, I can view all those in my content pane. And if you can see, there are different folders that can be made, and we have different elevations layer that I've already published and is ready to view. So this is a scene layer on which, as we can see, there is no TM or no elevation that I have kept here. Right from, so I can go ahead, browse my layer, and since it is, as can be seen, there are many imagery layers that are that have been published. However, this is the elevation layer that I want to work with. So I have published it as my elevation layer. So here is the elevation layer that I can use for various purposes, such as I want to do a line of sight analysis from, say, this hilltop to the other hilltop. So I can do it dynamically. So here, as can be seen, my green line shows that this is what is the visible for my line of sight analysis. However, these red will show that yes, this may not be the red mark, as can be seen at some points. This is not a this shows that the area is not visible. So within the scene view itself, dynamically I can use this. Not only this, I can go ahead and use the various day and night parameters to give it a more realistic view, and mostly for the visualization. I can also work with my weather data, supposing if I want to do some cloudy, or I know how it will rain if I want to move. So all these are some of the tools that can give it more a realistic touch. Second, I can also go ahead and I can also do my other analytics, such as if I want to measure, say, the area or the line, how much is the distance from one place to another. That can also be done. If I want to go ahead and perform an area analysis, that can also be done. So here, if I want to understand how much of the area is covered in cloud for this particular area, I can go ahead and do it in whatever units I want. I can also do my elevation profile for my scene view within my using my elevation layer. So all these are the different tools that have been given for analysis with the elevation layer. So this is one of the capabilities. Next, if I want to go ahead, next, if I want to work with the mosaic data set. So I'm sure if you have heard the just give me 1 minute. So if you have seen one of the Lavinia session wherein she has talked extensively on the mosaic dataset, so the same mosaic dataset can be published on the web online also. So the usage and the advantage here would be, like, if I want to work with, say, there are different type of datasets available within my mosaic data. I have my elevation data, I have my Landsat data, Sentinel, my drone data, and I want different applications to be performed on each one of them. Say I want somebody in the organization to work with the terrain data to get the elevation, slope, and other aspects for the same. and I want somebody to work with the drone data and do my deep learning algorithm, perform the deep learning algorithm. So Mosaic dataset on web, when published, can be used for this sort of application. So here, as can be seen, my Mosaic, in the interest of time, I've only published it using the 2 layers, and I can filter it out. I can filter these images based on my object IDs, etc. So for my object ID 1, I can apply a filter, and as can be seen, only the object ID with one filter with the object ID 1 has been filtered out. So like this, I can use my different parameters that goes on with the Mosaic data set to filter out my data from within my Mosaic of different applications. Once I have done, so here I have taken both the imageries that are available here, and I can do my raster analytics. So this is how my raster analytic toolbox in web look like. So it can help me to do my vegetation monitoring and perform different type of indices. It can also help me to extract data for a supposed sample area of interest I want. It allows me to work with the deep learning packages, and it also allows me to work with multidimensional data set. And if there are some functions that are not available within my raster analytics, there are some 70 or more system related analytics that are also available. Otherwise, if I have my own content that I've made, say supposing for a change detection, I have my own particular flowchart that I've created, and I want everybody to work on this very particular flowchart with these same legends that I want to map. So it becomes very easy for anybody to work with this. So like this, we can also create my own data set and work with it. So once I have applied my vegetation profiles, etc., I can go ahead, I can do my image display that can be changed using different map profiles, etc. So this is how I can render my different images. And next, I can also work with the change that has taken place. So changes can also be classified into various segments. And like I can say, for any particular area of interest, I can see that, yes, there is a major change that has occurred over here. So here, if I go back in time and see what is the major change that may have occurred, so it is, even though I have taken the same date for both the images, I can see that the water extent has decreased from what it was supposed to be in the previous year. So for 2020, as can be seen, the water extent for this very particular water body was to its maximum. However, for the same date and time for the next year, it has decreased. There can be plenty of reasons which can be taken up by the decision makers to work on it or maybe resolve it. So this is how we can also work with the Mosaic dataset and elevation profiles or other imagery datasets once in web. Next, I would like to show you that it is not only the multispectral image that can be worked on or the elevation. We can also work with the SAR dataset if we have published it. We can once publish the SAR dataset. What I have done is I've created a model. So if I have created a model somewhere in my curator machine, in my ArcGIS image analyst, ArcGIS image analyst, somebody else in the organization can use these models directly without having to model or without having to do the entire process again. So here, for any different imagery, I can simply choose my own model. I can select it. I can tweak some of my parameters, and I can simply run my analysis. So this is how easy it becomes when the data is available on the web within the organization for anybody and everybody to use. I don't have to do the same manual intense labor for the same process again and again. So this is how I have gone ahead and for some area of interest, I have detected some of the features that are available here. So with this, I would like to go back to my presentation. Hope my screen is visible. So Next, I would like to talk a bit about the deep learning studio. So the deep learning that we just saw was something that the model has already been built, and I'm simply using it, that has been published, and I'm simply using it for my other predictions. Here, using the deep learning studio, what we can do is we can go ahead and work with right from the training of my data set, from preparing my training data set to train a model and inferencing. So as we know that training the data, we know that yes, we have lots of samples that needs to be captured, and in order to do that, what I can do is I can basically distribute that among my team members, so that the samples can be collected very easily. And using them, I can train my model, and finally I can run my inferencing. For this particular deep learning studio, I would require my ArcGIS enterprise to be deployed with my along with my image server. So here I am collecting my samples for different ship that are available within my image. So once this is completed, I can go ahead and basically review the training samples that has been taken up by different people. So as can be seen, there are 4 different units that have taken it, and we can go ahead and see that yes, this is being succeeded, and all the data set and all the imagery, all the basically training samples have been collected. Next, we need to train the model using different type of algorithms. So using the chip that is available, I can take one of the model types that are available. Say I choose faster RCNN, and I can start training my data set. So once I run this tool, I can get various matrices that are available and can work with it. So lastly, I would do my inferencing on on my test image, and see whether my predictions and whether my model has been trained properly, and we can get the output as desired or not. So in very nutshell, this is how the deep learning studio would work. Next is the ArcGIS image for ArcGIS Online. As I've already discussed, that it allows you to host the data set. And when I say host the data set, it can be multidimensional, radar, drone, orthomosaic, aerial based, etc. And the imagery can be hosted. It can be analyzed online itself, and can be viewed on viewed on the dashboards, and the analytics can be viewed on dashboard. We can directly integrate the imagery into the GIS workflows. So here I would like to basically demonstrate how we can use the ArcGIS image for online. So typically I can directly, so up till now what we have done is we have published the image using the ArcGIS Pro. Here what I can do is, for ArcGIS image for ArcGIS Online, I can go ahead and use the imagery layer that is available. So yeah, so there are different type of feature layers and imagery layer that can be directly used to upload or host the imagery right from the web app enterprise. So give it a minute to load. And here we have different type of collection of images that can be uploaded. So the first one, if I have a single image that I need to upload and work on, I can do that. If I have a collection of images, I can go ahead and use that as well. There is an image collection. If I have multiple images that I need to publish, that can be used. So there are again different type of layers that can be used and analyzed here. So I think some issue with the next, using the image online, I can work with it. I think, yeah, something like that. So on the same lines, I can host my images. I have taken both the image that is available. The one is for 2014 and one is for 2023. And similarly, the way we have done it for the mosaic dataset and other datasets, I can use my raster analytics and work with it. And I can do my change detection on the same. So this is how the ArcGIS image for ArcGIS Online works with, and why we need it, because it basically eliminates the infrastructure that is required. So it makes the imagery again accessible to anybody in the organization, and we can process it at the scale. So supposing if I don't have, if I have an infrastructure, I'm again limited by whatever TBs and petabytes that I give to the resource I give for my image server. However, when I'm doing it online, I'm not limited by that resource management. I can work on the cloud without any restrictions to the how much images I can upload, and it saves time as well. So how it works again is I can simply upload the data set, select the type of data that I want to work with, and do the analytics, and finally stream it to the end user as a dashboard. Next, I would like to talk about ArcGIS Excalibur, which is a search and discovery tool, web-based application that allows you to work with imagery as well as videos. So now with the ArcGIS Excalibur, we not only work with the imagery, we can also work with video layers, and can enter. But there are some tools and some formats that can be used and worked on with. So when we say ArcGIS video server is somewhat similar to image server that needs to be deployed when working with the video. However, it takes ArcGIS Excalibur as its interface to work with. And it can integrate the live feed also. So if I have some live feed that is coming on, I can use it to work with my video server. As can be seen, there are various metadata that is available with it. So this video needs to be either MISB compliant, or we can use it to, we can take various attributes to make it MISB compliant. There are certain limits to what creates for MISB video or image. Next, this can be used for various applications such as utilities. In utilities, transportation, I want to do some tracking for some area, or AEC. There are various applications and various domains on which this can be directly used. Defense is one of the major area where this can be directly used. And this not only helps in understanding how the video goes, it can also directly help us in making some key decisions on the fly. So let me show you this attribute. So this is how ArcGIS Excalibur interface look like. So it allows me to do my analysis over. There are various analysis layers that can be used on which I can do my analysis here. I can pull in those images and work on it. I can search and discover from the various collection of data sets that I have. These collections may be the layers that I've already published, or these can be some of the layers that I've already shared. And it can also be some of the URLs, or some of the URLs or image server capabilities that I already have. So supposing if I have a huge repository of data with different image services, I can directly use them and connect it to my canvas. Once that is done, I can apply various filters to it. So the filters is the area of interest. So suppose, okay, I can, so if I want to use a area of interest, say supposing near Jaipur, I can use that. If I want to filter it based on the cloud, since nowadays we are seeing so much of cloud, I can use that also. And if I want to see for the entire last year how many data sets I want, and I want to do analysis on the same, I can do that. So as can be seen, there are some more than 2,000 records that are available for this particular area of interest. There are different ways in which I can go ahead and see the metadata also, and see that yes, this is a cloudy image which I don't want. There may be certain images in say early January which may be cloud free for the area, and I can go ahead and use that. Okay. So in this way, I can work with the different type of images. Once I've collected these images, I can go to my card and add this and create a new project out of it. In the interest of time, I've already done that. So what I've done is I've taken 2 images for an area of interest, and the entire metadata that is available for, say, this Landsat data has been added here. There are different tools that are available for working with the imagery. That is, I can do my different type of rendering, such as if I want, I can do my shortwave, I can do my geology with the arrays, and all these other different type of renderers at which I can view my image. Along with this, I can do my swipe and other flicker, that is comparison tools. I can also do a change detection here. So if I want to use both these images for my change detection, one is for the late year, and so I can draw an area of interest and I can do a change detection for this very area. And once I've done this, I can go ahead and create my a report out of the same. Not only that, I can also do my some counting if I want to do, say I want to count the number of data, that is the water bodies that are available within this area. And if I can see, I can tweak some area here and I can do my change detection also, right? So with all these measures of water bodies, with the change that have occurred here, I want to create a report here. So I can go ahead, create my report for the same, for this area of interest. I can say I want to create a report with the title, say demo 1. I can simply create the report. The report is already been has been created. It goes, and you can see that yes, these sort of reports can be generated, and it will tell me for which X and Y, for which scale, at what time. All these things can be directly used for within my PPT for any to be incorporated within any PPT or any decision makers idea. So this was how we work with the imagery part of the data set. Next, if we see, there are similarly on the same lines, you can use any web service that is available. Now, within this Excalibur project, if I want to basically integrate any observation layers, or there are any other analysis layer or some instruction that I want to give. So this project, once made, is available again, to reiterate, is available for entire organization to work with. So if I write in some instructions to be followed by anybody who is already there, there are different type of observation layers, or I can create my own, say, a feature layer, etc. I can create my own feature layer, a point, line, polygon layer, and can integrate here as well. If I want some, say, within working for this project, I have some pictures that I want to upload. I can also do that. So for this particular project, if a user is working, some other user is working, he can also have access to this picture file within this data set. So like this, we can have the entire project that is being made, and we have different sort of observations layer that can be integrated within that particular Excalibur project. Lastly, being the hosted layer that is available. So observations layer, as I've already told, we can do it using point, line, polygon. There are different type of imagery layer that can be hosted. So it can be your single image, your mosaic layer, or a collection of layer. And video layers also can be directly uploaded here. So on the demand, if I want to upload some demo data set, some demo videos, I can do that here. If I'm the owner, I can give different privileges to anybody, and I can simply drag and drop the data set that I have. Once I've uploaded, I can go ahead and do the configuration. So if my data is of very high definition, or if I have full HD I want, I can select the desired output resolution of the video that I have uploaded, and go ahead and simply publish it using the summary. In the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. So I already have a video that I've already uploaded. So as can be seen, this video, the truck that is moving is already been captured in my canvas on the left. If I want to understand what is the metadata of this video LED, I have those written that can be displayed using this button. If I want to understand what are all the, I need to follow the sensor only, or I need to follow the frame. I just want to see where exactly this truck is going, and I want to point that out. That can also be done here. On the similar line, there are different type of tools that are available for video analysis as well. And I can, like we have done for the imagery, we can create reports out of different analysis that we do on video as well. So this is how the Excalibur works with both the video as well as the image analysis, both. So yeah. So up till now, what we've done is we have seen how we can work with the imagery of imagery once published from the data set as in the Pro to the organization, that is the enterprise. In the last couple of webinars, we've also talked about NV, and NV also gives us the flexibility to share the imagery within the organization or with others as well. So with NV, we have the desktop application of NV as well, and we have the collaborative environment of NV Connect that is to be used. And we also have some automated service that can be worked with. So NV Connect, when we say, is nothing but if I want to publish the image that I have within my system, I want it to be available for the entire organization or somebody in particular, and want to do some particular analysis. That can be done using NV Connect as well. The data set that I publish can be viewed in both 2D and 3D. And it follows the same path of publishing the image from the NV interface, that is the NV desktop, onto the NV Connect. So for this, I would like to show a demo. Please bear with me. Yeah. So this is the NV Connect interface that we have. So here, as can be seen, there are various so the red dot on the right can be seen that this is where my data set is for various published data set that is available. You can also filter your data that you have published using NV Connect, or there is an integration of ArcGIS image server as well. Depending on the date that you have published or the search date, that can also be done. And there are different type of data sets that have been published. So NV Connect also gives you the flexibility to work with videos, and there are rasters and different SAR data sets that can also be published and worked with. So so this is one particular area of interest that I worked with. So this is again using the forest fire as one of my study area. So this is the area, as can be seen, that I have seen, and there are two different dates of images that I have used. So using this image, I can for this particular image of interest, I can do my anomaly detection, change detection, and these are the analytics that can be worked on my NV Connect as well. So So this particular area of interest, I can see that yes, there are different informations that are available. So for this image, I can see that what is the image tile with etc. What is the projection of my image, and so on. I can also download this file if need be. Then there is transparency that can be used here, and there are different band combinations that can be used, and there are different stretch that can be applied here. So in this case, So I would like to show very quickly how we can select bands here, and how choosing the bands can be can help me to identify which area I'm trying to use. So this is the area, just give it 1 minute. This is the area that I'm trying to work on. So as can be seen with the different change in the bands, I can see that yes, my forest that is typically on, which is a forest fire area, can be viewed very accurately. And for the change that I have applied, this is the change that can be very easily seen. So this is how in NV as well, we have NV Connect on which we can do analysis on the web. Lastly, I would also like to show the NV Inform, which is one of the capabilities or one of the offerings that we have, wherein the user can user can give us the requirement of how he wants to perform the analytics. Perform the analytics when I say, if it is for a disaster, if it is for maritime awareness, or if it is for infrastructure monitoring that he wants to do. So all these infrastructure monitoring, disaster response, land use, all these would require constant monitoring, that is regular monitoring. So the data set that we want and the and for which of the area of interest that he wants to do this, all those can be told, and he can get the output in the form of reports or the dashboard that can be created for him. So for the demonstration purpose, this is one data set for this is one area of interest for which we have tried to understand how the subsidence have been subsidence in the places happening. So as can be seen, there are two, three color of dots you must be seeing, which shows that yes, for any particular area, red shows that yes, there is an amount of subsidence that have taken place. There are some neutral dots for which I can say there are no subsidence, and again there are further blue dots, etc., which may show a different trend. So all these trends, so this is the again, I would say the land subsidence have been performed using NV SARscape, and the results have been brought onto this dashboard. Now this dashboard shows that yes, there are the displacement, how much of the maximum and minimum displacement has been done, and with a confidence of 81%. So supposing if I want to go back in time and analyze that, yes, I want to see if in July how was my subsidence for this particular area of interest, or say I want to understand from March to July or August how my subsidence was. So I can go ahead and see that yes, this is how the subsidence for 2023 from March to April to May, June, July have been for this particular, for any particular area of interest that can be done. So for, if I come here, there's a different trend that has been followed. So all these can help a decision maker understand that why there is a dip here, and how the subsidence pattern have moved. I can further go ahead and do my this thing, my filter my confidence with the value of say between 0.5 to 0.5 to 1. So based on different confidence level and different dates, I can view and analyze why my subsidence have happened, and can work towards basically work towards it to understand. So with this, I come to the end of my session.